What's good, TK gang? Now today's video, I'm going to be talking about LiAngelo Ball. We all know during the NBA draft, LiAngelo did not get drafted. Also, he didn't receive any summer league invites. This video, I just want to strictly focus on LiAngelo Ball's crazy transition when he left UCLA to go overseas to Lithuania, and just explain to you guys what if LiAngelo stayed at UCLA. Okay, let's rewind back when LiAngelo first came to UCLA. So when he came to UCLA, he wasn't projected to get drafted just because before he even came to UCLA, everybody was already talking down on him and saying that he wasn't even ready for the NBA. And that's why he didn't make the All-American game. And on top of that, they said the only reason why he even got a scholarship to UCLA because of LaMelo. Everybody was expecting him to stay at UCLA for about 3 or 4 years before he entered the draft, just because they felt like that's how long it was going to take for LiAngelo to develop into a professional player. But at the same time, we all knew LeVar Ball's goal. He wanted LiAngelo Ball to go to UCLA for 1 season and go straight to the NBA. But as you can see, once that China incident happened, they had LiAngelo Ball sitting out indefinitely. If you don't know what indefinitely is, basically they're gonna have you sitting out until they tell you you can come back and play. So LeVar Ball, he wasn't having it. He wasn't just trying to sit out and have LiAngelo Ball sitting at college doing nothing and not hooping while the season is going by, because if he's not playing, then how he gonna get drafted? He needs to play if he wanna go one and done. So that's when that whole Lithuania thing came, and they decided to move LiAngelo Ball to Lithuania because LeVar Ball needed LiAngelo Ball to play somewhere so he can get some stats on his board, so once he entered the NBA draft, they can look and see how good he actually is. So once they entered Lithuania, everything was not as easy as it seemed. They was having problems with the head coach, and on top of that, LiAngelo Ball wasn't even starting every game. He was starting some games, but other games he was on the bench, and he was averaging 21 minutes a game. He only played 14 real professional LKL games, and he averaged 12 points, shooting 42 field goal percentage, shooting 41% from the three-point line. So he actually had okay stats, definitely for his first season overseas. But I know a lot of people was watching the Big Baller Games challenges. Those were really not real games, and I got to give LeVar Ball his credit because as you can see, he started his JBA league right now. So before he started his JBA league, he had the Big Baller Brand challenges, and that basically was like a league. Like, it was basically his own league overseas. So it's just like he always thinking outside the box, and that's why I got to give him his props, because even though LiAngelo, he only played 14 professional games, he still had LiAngelo being active overseas and have some stats on his board to show that he actually played more than 14 games. So it was smart of LeVar to think of that and bring different teams from different countries to play Lithuania. Okay, you guys, so let's look at it like this. Let's switch these Lithuania stats to LiAngelo Ball playing at UCLA stats. So let's say LiAngelo Ball was still playing at UCLA and he was averaging 12 points a game, shooting 42 field goal percentage, shooting 41% from the three-point line. Even if he only played 14 games at UCLA, if he had those kind of stats at UCLA, I guarantee you LiAngelo Ball most likely would have got drafted second round. If not get drafted, he for sure would have been on a summer league team, just because he did that at UCLA. And on top of that, his debut game, he had 11 points. So I really felt like he probably would have been averaging around 12 or 13 points if he stayed at UCLA that full season. If LiAngelo stayed at UCLA, he definitely would have had a way higher chance to get drafted, even if he still wanted to go one and done, just because UCLA is one of the best basketball schools in the country. And also, he could have still worked out with different players and NBA players, and he could have been working out with real professional basketball coaches and stuff like that. You know, he would have had a way bigger advantage in Lithuania, because in Lithuania, he was really working out by himself, and they said that they barely was even practicing. So it's just like he really wasted his time in Lithuania. If he was still in the States, he would have had way more opportunities to get better. So it's just like UCLA, even though he was sitting out, he still had different advantages to get better. He still could have got way better in a matter of time instead of just sitting at Lithuania doing nothing really. So it's just like they messed up big time for not letting LiAngelo stay at UCLA. He should have just stayed at UCLA. You never know, they could have had him playing just a couple of months. He still could have played a couple of games during that same season and still had enough games to go to the NBA, because as you can see, he only played 14 games at Lithuania. So he could have played 14 games at UCLA and still would have had a higher advantage to get drafted. We just got to see how this JBA thing is going to work out for him. I thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you press that notification button. TK Gang, we out.